I think I know why the balloons and moabs are at 200%. They be hitting the tracks! No matter how fast you make every single balloon, the outcome is always the same. The pink balloon shines through when it comes to finishing first place. So when it comes to our restrictions, Paragon limit 4, not 8 like last week, and we don't have any boss modifiers, thankfully, because I think last week gave us some post-traumatic disorders because of how fast and strong Dread Balloon was. Do not do a boss event like that again, Ninja Kiwi, please. I am still suffering over here. Also, we have no spike factories, no super monkeys, so RIP VTSG, and no helicopters for some odd reason. Is there a bug in the game at the moment that involves the heli, namely the middle path? What I do know is that you can equip any hero within this boss event, so you know naturally we're going to pick Droldo. But the question is, can our defenses hold for long enough, or do we need to invest in some more defenses, which I'd rather not do. But then again, round 10 is just a bunch of blue balloons, but do remember that blue balloons are 200% speed. Well, they feel like natural yellow balloons. And you know what they are like, except this only has half the HP of a yellow balloon, so only half the worry. But they're still going at the same speed as yellow balloons, so I am still very traumatic about that. If you know me on my channel, you know how much we lose to yellow balloons randomly. And I'm not happy about it, but it's quite comical at the same time. Hopefully soon we can get our first, if I can click on it properly, banana plantation. Our first, but not the last. Hopefully. Yellow balloons think that they are the fastest beings on the track. Well, let me tell you right now, you may be one of the fastest, but you're certainly not bulky enough to... Oh my goodness sakes, did you see those yellow balloons? I'm telling you, they're deadly beings. The camo status doesn't phase me. I'm bad with jokes. Oh my gosh, they're going super duper, supersonic fast. Even Sonic would be jealous of the speed in which these balloons are going at. Oh no, they're piling through our defenses, so we need something else down, and what a better way to try and keep track of the balloons is with a tower in which can keep track of them naturally. That's what I hope anyways, because that was quite a lot of lives lost. I think my stupid joke earlier was the contribution towards my lives being lost there, but this boss event doesn't phase me. But thankfully, with our boomerang here, we can clear out these lead balloons without worrying about their properties stopping us from being able to pop them. Okay, we're very close now to a... wonderful BRF, please. The sooner the better. There we go. And now you are fertilizable without losing money. I'm not too sure if a 320 actually gains anything from fertilization or if we lose out. I like to think that we probably do lose on money. The only units up there I can really think of naming the druid after from Red Alert 2 is the brute when he says give me your lunch money, because the druid does generate money, and the brute does also get very angry, like the avatar of Wrath. So 2 of the 3 cross paths you can think of when it comes to relations with the brute. My plan may look stupid to those who only play single player, but don't you worry, it's even stupider than you think. Okay, we're round 39, we have nothing for tier 1, and we are very far away from the spirit of the forest, but we do have 2 of these BRFs up, and we will very close to get fertilizer, so I think we will have the means of being able to go through this scenario, but we just need to get to 20k or just under 20k for like round 41 or so that we can go through this scenario. Hopefully you don't camofy the balloons. Oh, I should have done around later. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, next up, Elite Defender with night vision, obviously, because we would actually like to hit Phayze. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got full auto rifle. Now we just need that Elite Defender. Spirit of the Forest is actually going to stay on the track rather than just being a mid-game defender for 2 reasons. Number 1, for that income, obviously, but number 2, because of the increased speed to the balloons and moabs. it's going to be able to keep track of everything, hopefully. And we're also going to add Le Alchemist onto the Elite Defender. Even though you shoot incredibly fast, that bonus damage is very welcome. Thank you very much. But now I'm going to put down our favorite trades so we can sell these at a higher price when we are done with this tier. Many tears will be bled from the balloons. Sorry, many helium gases will bleed from the balloons. I think that's how it goes. Okay, both of these will get the fertilizer treatment, although preferably you do that at the beginning of the round so that you get the maximum amount of value out of it, but this is what we call middle of a tier in which we cannot pause the round. We should get overclock first before getting another BRF so that we can increase the output of these by a substantial amount and combine that with obviously a fertilizer, which just means we get even more of that bonus moolah. Yes, around here we don't call it money, we call it moolah. And obviously when the phase gets closer to the end of a track, the defender shoots faster. In circumstances when you have the money to spend on more financial means, spend it. You don't want to waste it after all. Okay, now go down and die. At least for the moment, Phayze. Sorry to any Phayze fans. I think the design is pretty cool and I love space. Markiplier. Space is so cool. And you know what? I'm going to keep this favorite trades for no purposes later. Definitely no purposes later. I know this village can fit in here. We've done plenty of boss events on this map and I've always placed a farm in this spot. So I know it fits. It's just finding that beauty spot. There we go. I found the beauty spot. Welcome, Britannia. Now we do have an upcoming problem. We do have round 60 to consider along with the phase that spawns on that round. But do not worry, we have a secret weapon that nobody has ever used before when it comes to a boss event. And it's certainly a mad decision. Right, let's put this wannabe mad down and then we're going to commence with Operation Destroy Tier 2 of Phayze. Also because this is the Gatling, sorry, not the Gatling, but Dartling Gunner, it's only appropriate to name it something after the Gatling tank. And we are definitely clearing the air of balloons. Here we go. Going to absolutely beamline it to destroy you as fast as we can while also contributing to our finances. Hopefully, let's put down a village, please. I am a village. Well, about halfway, not really halfway through itself. For some reason I read it as 200,000 rather than 120,000. Me and my eyes. You have to try and keep track of a lot of things at the same time, as well as talk. Sometimes it can be a little bit hairy when it comes to our financial and military power. Yes, I'm going to call our strength overall as military power. After all, anything that does damage is a form of military action. And we are definitely a military in action to destroy these balloonic aliens. And that didn't even make any sense, but we're going with it, okay? We are over halfway towards destroying this space-time warp anomaly. You exist in both the warp and in reality. You're kind of like the Chaos Gods from the Warhammer 40k universe. And for some odd reason having relations with Palkia, definitely, but I don't think really Dialga. But then again, does warping space also in a way warp time? I don't know. I always have so many questions when it comes to these sort of things, and they never get answered. I don't expect them to because, well, I'm a bit silly in my own ways, but aren't we all a bit silly in our own ways? Okay, let's overclock this to see our range. Okay, we can put another village up here, and then, and only then, we will downgrade all of you for the ultimate money, money-making machine, the Monkeyopolis. Although, in the past I used to call it Braopolis because it's not as good nowadays. We do have enough as well for a Banana Central. Also, we should sell you as well for additional money. So now, I should actually get the Ultra Boost. You know, for that times 10 permanent increase to your banana productions. Banana Central is the best farm you can use it on. I think I've said this in many other videos, but I think the only downside to using double cash in boss events really is if you actually do want to go competitive, and this is not a very good anchor point to start off with, or if you just want to learn boss events in general and don't want to have to really worry about your finances, then do so. But anything ranks related, just make sure you only have that single cash. But for me, I'm not about the ranks life. I'm not about being as fast as possible when it comes to destroying the different tiers. I'm not good enough at this game in order to properly know how to finance myself properly and be able to destroy the balloons. And even though there are lots of people that say, like, hey, you are very good at this game, you shouldn't really undervalue yourself. I do kind of undervalue myself, but also at the same time, I feel like my justification is okay. Also, I do want to get our Quincy action figure back down so that we have a maximum use out of it for when we set it on round 120. There's definitely a huge difference between normal and elite, because it feels like I start farming more after you beat the boss later on between the tiers, just because of the simple factor that you have to start later because you're prioritizing defeating the boss as well as your finances, and also they're setting your tower of choice to destroy the balloon itself, so that's also a thing. Now, do you think we have enough BRFs on the field? If your answer is anything other than no, you have come to the wrong game. What is really cool about Four Circles is that this is kind of like the perfect amount of radius in order to get your Lord of the Abyss and then put down your other merchantmen, favor trades, etc. It really is the perfect amount of radius in order to put all of these down, and we will be able to get more than 20 merchantmen, which is pretty cool, because most of the time, if you want all of your space in which you can have on the field, I think the maximum amount that you could possibly fit down is, including the Trade Empire, 6, because you need your other 2 for these 2, but we can fit so much more because of the Lord of the Abyss. It's like the Buccaneer in this update has been given a buff towards boat farming, not because of any kind of direct buffs to the boat farming itself, but because of a tower that can provide more water space for your merchantmen and favor trades to be spawned on. I was hoping of fitting one more favor trades down, but can we put a submarine here instead? Yes, we can? Question mark? Yeah, I'm going to put you as an energizer down just so that global ability reduction, which means more Pirate Lord hooks. Now, we are incredibly far away of affording the Apex Plasma Master, but what we've got going on here is an absolute gargantuan amount of income going on here. So it should not take that long to get to the point where we can afford the Apex Plasma Master. And I do want to keep it just so clear tier 3 and tier 4, but don't worry, tier 5. We've got another thing for tier 5. Anyways, round 80 and the huge behemoths on the track. Obviously, these can't hit it because we didn't give them the camera detection, but that's absolutely a-okay. Although we're going through this a little bit going on here. You know what? We're going to give these the tier 3 treatment over here. Just see if it makes a difference to the Paragon degrees. Obviously, cost is okay. Afforded that on a Juggernaut for some odd reason. Okay, should we hold? You know what? We're going to hold on for a little bit longer. See how we go along, really, about all this. And, tier 4 treatment then. How close are we to the... Oh, I forgot to give you fertilizers down here. That's no good. But you know what? We're there. So, how much money do we need to max out the Dart Paragon? A little bit more, a little more, a little more, a little more. 700? Ah, 622, that's where it was. 64, and you know what? The only point in which our Apex Plasma Master can bounce off is this timer over here. But we should be able to go for all this. Good, good. Glaive Dominus upcoming. Obviously, you know what Paragons we're going to employ down on the field because of the thumbnail of the video. But that's absolutely fine. Okay, use the permacharge and its pseudo camo detection when the ability is active. Geraldo now has that, so fertilizers for as many of these as we possibly can. Get these totems down because we are generating a massive amount of money. But there is one more source of money which we need, and that is the bottom cross path of the farm, so that we can increase the degree of these even more. I don't know, it still feels like we're lacking in something when it comes to our financial means. Just something which can give us that extra monkey money per round. You'll be a good start when you are, there we go, applied at the beginning of the round. Round 95 is usually a very important round to show in my videos, but in boss events, like any other late round, it's just another round. Just like round 97 was. Normally you don't have this much devastations in a chimps game. None whatsoever. And sometimes I do forget to put down a Paragon power totem, but that is just the cycle of life. Okay. 1,037,000 plus the cost of the Paragon power totems, and we get a degree 70 Glaive Dominus. You are not going to survive tier 4, Phayze, for goodness sakes. Oh gosh, I almost feel sorry for you, but you are our enemy in which we're going to kill. Yeah, this is severely outmatched by the Glaive Dominus, honestly. Just absolutely outclassed. But then again, there will be another thing in the future which will outclass any other Paragon so far. I think the only thing in the future that could actually rival it is like the Dartling Gunner Paragon, because of the huge Moab bonus damage capabilities, possibly because of using the middle path of the Dartling Gunner. I'm just thinking out loud and I forgot to apply my totems again. Sorry for the degrees of which we're not going to get on the Goliath Doom ship because I keep forgetting these things. Anyways, submersion support, anyone? The greatest mortar to ever live. Not your name. It is called Sherlock Holmes. And that is going to be the name of the Mortar Monkey Paragon. I don't know. Yeah, Geraldo is the best hero for boss events. Not only do you get more money later on than you would with Benjamin because of a combination of fertilizer and ultra boost and Monkey City / Monkeyopolis all affecting a banana central with valuable bananas, but you can also increase the Paragon level of your Paragons by putting down the small investment of 26k into these totems, or depending on how much they cost, depending on the difficulty of the boss event, because sometimes they are of a higher difficulty. We've had impossible prices before. Level 43 veteran. I do play Bloons quite a bit after all. Blind Fortress, your only purpose is pops. And you do pops very, very well. In fact, you got even more than the Spirit of Forest, which has been out here for much longer. Obviously, we could have a Homeland Defense active, but nah. Anyways, we've got ourselves a job to do. How much more money can we make through selling everything that is not related towards a, well, something that's outside of a farm? I'm pretty sure we've been here longer than that game. Obviously, when it goes up to a maximum timer, it resets back to 0, but I don't know. Go away, Dragonfly. Speaking of Dragonflies, RIP 3.75 million into the Goliath Doom ship of a degree 80. Do you think this is enough to defeat tier 5 elite Phayze? Well, with these settings, I bloody well hope so. Right, now Navarch of the Seas. Oh, we have a little bit left over. We can invest in some stuff. Oh, 70. Oh, what an ironic number. 76. That was like the maximum degree level of a Paragon before the new system was in place, and also Apex Master level 79 because of the additional crossbow master you can have on the field there. So what else? It has been fun, everybody, but let us now watch the absolute devastation of Tier 5 Phayze. So I think you know which towers we have here, which are going to be the main killers of this behemoth. Okay, we're going to put you over here. I'm actually going to put you on, I don't know. Yeah, going to guarantee that additional damage against it. And you're going to summon when... Oh, you're just outside of that range. No, thank you. We want you to be in the range of these carpet bombs. I don't know, do they have an official ability name for this ability? I just like to call it Carpet Bomb because you are carpeting the track with bombs, so I think that's just the most sensible name that you could possibly ever give it. Although we're still kind of struggling against this thing, but we do have 2 weak Paragons-ish, and then, oh, well, definitely the the Apex Plasma Master is weak, but the other Paragons are not so weak, but obviously one of the main sources of attack with its cannons is now gone because it's now out of its range, but we're good on this front. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, we have finished off that space-time warping behemoth, Elite Phayze. Again, you didn't phase me whatsoever. Boss skews! That's definitely something that an orc would say, and how they would say it as well, as skews with a Z at the end. Huge. That was an huge boss. Apostrophe UGE. Huge. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves our wonderful floating disc in the air. I love that game. Okay. Our Apex Plasma Master 64, 10.5 million. You didn't seem to do much better, though. But then again, you had 20 rounds more than this. I don't know, really. Then again, you didn't fare that well. Obviously, my main source of damage is from this. But then again, we did have something like the Ascended Shadow or the Magus Perfectus. Master Builder wouldn't do as well, or even the Nordic Siege Corps. So I think the before Paragons I put down here is fine for this job. Like, obviously, you could put down the most expensive ones, and you still probably could make the strategy worthwhile. But obviously, since we're using double cash, then is it even really a valid strategy? Nevertheless, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments sections below. 999 is the maximum level because my Ninja Kiwi team account has it at that. I'm like, what? That is it? I may as well call the emergency number if that is the case, if I ever make it there myself, because it's going to take a long time, but I'm not aiming for that. But if you are aiming to do something and you are at the same time purchasing something from the store, then help a content creator like myself out by putting in my creator support code there, Flare Bloons, and then submit, and then part of that money goes towards me, sorry. And I'm thoroughly appreciative of each and every single one of you that puts down my creator support code. The second best thing to do is to put down a fellow content creator support code. And the worst thing to do is not put down a content creator support code. That's kind of like my hierarchy, with the third option being by far the worst. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.